Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. And in the last episode, guys, we were able to complete some drives. We paid off the first of Ethan's, apparently, many bar tabs. We definitely need to get that tracker taken care of. And just continue to explore this area of the station that's opened up. We have the Tambor Tea House that we can now use to get some quick money with our intuition. And also, we can sell off any Haven Age data that we get. So things are looking pretty good right now. We've got a 4 die to go ahead and complete the day. So what I think we need to do, since it's one of our lowest drives that we're working on, let's go ahead and assist with building the still. So let's see what happens here. Whew, that's going to be a long one. That's okay, though. Now, in terms of our upgrade points, I'm kind of wondering what to spend. And I think I know what we're going to be doing. We've spent a lot of time on the station. We've kind of built up our stamina, for lack of a better term, doing some work. I don't mind having a deficit, but I don't want to have any weaknesses, if that makes any sense. So we have -1 to endure, which is using strength or strength of will. I think let's go ahead and get rid of that. So now we'll be 0 on everything except for our interface and our intuition, which is pretty buff right now. Cool. So, now that that's done, let's go ahead and get some food. Now that we have kind of a quick access to coin. And with that done, let's go ahead and crash out. We gotta wait for Fang to get done with whatever he's working on. And hopefully that'll lead to the tracker being taken off, but I'm not sure if Ethan would prefer that. Oh, it's gonna be a good day. Neat. Alright, anything popping up at us? No? Painful patience, we gotta wait for Sabine. That's gonna be in 2 cycles. Okay, well, the world is our oyster, or the station is at least. We've got some Haven Age and Yatagan agents, but we don't really need that anymore. We're gonna kind of keep Hunter at bay. So let's go ahead and we've got the Sidereal Bridge. Got the still. That's 2. We definitely need to... Was it the Ord Exchange? No, it's not that one. Where? Compressor Club. Oh, the low end. That's what we needed to do. Let's play some more Tabla. And we will use our 4 dice on that. Actually, let's get some big money. Or 3 cryo worth. That should unlock something else, right? New drive discovered. Derelict unit. Gather materials. This half-built unit looks long forgotten. A project that never made it. With enough scrap, you might be able to seal it up. And we've got scrap components that we haven't sold. Is this going to give us another base over here? Maybe with a few more amenities than the container? I'm alright with that. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and throw all of our scrap in there. Maybe we can grab some more. I like it. There wasn't anything over here. I'm keeping that Haven Age data just in case we have another drive that requires it. What are we needing here? Well, quite a bit, actually. Lem and Mina's unit. Go ahead and babysit. We'll use our low dice for that. Okay. Now, I think we should go ahead and throw... Continue with the sidereal bridge work. 50% positive, 50% neutral. Get some cryo out of it. Okay. Transfer intercept +5 cryo. And I don't want to do that. That's just going to make things a little bit difficult for us. We need to tone down the heat. So let's go ahead and enter the spoke. Oh, we're almost done with that. Cool. I don't know what that's going to do necessarily. And PAS import/export. Buy ship mine core for 300 cryo. Wow. Sell ship mined for 150 cryo. And export Matsutake. Oh, that's what we need. Paz knows a spacer who'll take Matsutake out to the Starward Belt, but only in bulk, 8 cryo for 3 batches. We need those 3 batches, though. And I'm not going to get 300 cryo for a while. Not when we're having to pay off a bar tab. Interesting. A ship mine core. Wait, what do we need to do for Neovend? Yeah, we just need a ship mined. Well, that went pretty well, all things considered. When's that freighter going to show up? Here in 2 cycles at Dock B2. Alright. Productive day. We'll actually have a decent amount of work here for the still. There we are. I like it. Now, unfortunately, we're going to be down 1 dice unless we spend some coin here on some food. Do I want to go ahead and waste that, or am I good with 4 dice? That's the $64,000 question. My only real concern is that going to be the same amount of cryo every time that we need to pay off Ethan's bar tab, or is it going to be different? Because if it gets higher and higher, that's going to get really problematic really quick. So I'm going to err on the side of caution. We need those dice. We'll spend the 15 cryo. We'll just stuff ourselves on fungus. It's the good stuff, after all. And crash out. Good dice today? Yesterday was very pleasant. Could be worse. Alright, 1 more cycle until Fang is done. Good. Ooh, maybe he can disable the tracker right before our bar tabs do. Because remember, he gives us a little bit of a grace period. So we've got some room to breathe. Sabine's thing will be done by then. Alright. Let us go ahead and do this. We need... Let's go ahead and waste our 4 here on the spoke. Cool. And what does... Oh. Ascender car. Hub access elevator. Take the Ascender car to the Eye's central hub. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to be doing that, necessarily. That could be bad. Glad we got that done, though. That'll actually... Maybe there's going to be a quest that sends us to the central part, and we would have to gone through all that. So we took care of that early. There you go, Mina. We'll actually probably use a high dice the next time that happens and finish that out. The low end. We need 2 there. Play some more tabla for coin. And we are now an official low ender. Caster. Curious data fence. Oh lord. There's a caster in Tron Legacy, and good things didn't necessarily happen there. We'll talk to him here in a sec. Sabine surgery, the Ord exchange. See if there's anything else that we need to do. Man, we need those ship mine fragments. Another reason that we need more money. So we will... Pardon me, really... I'm going to see what Fang wants, and if not, if it doesn't have anything to do with Haven Age, we may go ahead and sell off that data that we have for the money. Sidereal fit up. There we go. Excellent. There's a cool 20. And a little bit of work on the still. Actually, we can re-roll that if we need to. Let's talk to this caster. You cross between 2 walls of units, one of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of tavla, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Hey, sleeper. You turn to see a man sitting at a tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table. Ooh. You know what? Let's go ahead and change his voice. Sit. We sit. You sit at the metal stool and he starts setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place. Gaster, he says by way of introduction, looking over his glasses. Night or day? He asks, gesturing at the caps, crudely sprayed white and black. Well, I'm going to make an assumption here. You know what they say about assumptions. You go first, playing white in chess, so let's go with day. Day. He rotates the board so the white caps are in front of you. Let's begin. You both take a plastic die each, pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Caster rolls a 6, you a 4. I lead. He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Is that, backgammon? I think that's what that's called. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Caster speaks, eyes not leaving the caps. It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye, and that's why I wanted to play you. You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6. Let's play carefully. We're going to get sharked here for sure. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean. As Caster talks, you build up a wall of caps, stacking them safely across the board. Progress is slow, but you remain unexposed. I don't mean to offend you. Caster meets your eye. I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added? He slides a single cap onto an open point, a risk and an opportunity. He hands you the dice. Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Always. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Caster whistles. The holding game is commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before. He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move. But we cannot idle too long, Sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person. He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide. You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what yours is. He hands you the dice, smiling. You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak. You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under casters before he solidifies control of the game. So, what I am curious about is, how do you see yourself in all of this? Caster asks, what does this tangle of truths make you? Free, doomed, driven. I would think of all of this free is relative. I mean, we're paying a bounty hunter's bar tab. You know what I mean? Driven, I think, is probably the better option because our character is definitely determined one way or the other. Driven. Caster laughs. Well, that much is obvious, Sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You're eager to make this all count for something. Caster looks away, through the glass to the crowded units on all sides. But driven towards what? He starts removing caps, his home board now full. Is there an end here, or just endurance? You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Caster clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He's known he's been winning for a while. I feel I may have pushed too far. He slides another cap from the board. I apologize, my curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me. You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Caster claps his hands apologetically. You play well. Really, your weakness is not your game. He smiles warmly. We have much to learn from each other. He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back. I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data. His eyes glint with that last word. To our mutual benefit. He slides his final cap from the board. It's over. He's won. I'll see. Please, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here. And if I am able, feed my curiosities. The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more. The call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave, Caster nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you are sure was there. I like that, though. Caster's table. Can we just play? Ooh, Haven Age protocols. Ooh, a ship mined for Haven Age data for 5. Crap. That's nice to know that that's there, though. For sure. Alright, where are we? Lemon Mina's unit is good. We're not going to mess with security. Ship is going to arrive at port here in the next turn. What to do? Let's go ahead and roll. I like it. And that's better. Tala comes to help you for a bit and chats to you about her plans for the Overlook. Second pair of hands makes the work go easier. I dig it. I know I could spend a dice to get food back, but we have stuff to do. But now that the Overlook is done, or not the Overlook, but this section of town has pretty much been explored. We don't have to spend that dice there if we don't want to. Okay, we've got stuff with Sabine and stuff with Fang. In the next cycle. We're still doing good on our wear and tear, fortunately. We don't have to try and find ourselves a new stimulant. Or stabilizer, rather. Let's go. I like the caster. There's a lot of opportunity there if we want to take it. Oh god, so many things have happened. Ew. Okay. Well, we knew that was going to happen. Hardin, Haven Age leader. Woo. Okay, the bridge. Things are a-happening. Alright, let's talk to Sabine first. Stability before all. 4 cycles, Sabine said. And here you are, right on time, with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycles spin onward. They should be here. Let's check the terminal. You check and double-check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing. Just the pale glow. The silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor, and you close it again. Oh, I'd be so paranoid that she sold us out. Guess we wait. You settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock at the door. Alright. Open. A figure stands in the door, and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They're taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from her hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. Oh, what, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you are here to help? Something like that. Good, good. She puts the glass down and turns to face you. I love to meet helpers. We need so many but can find so few with the right skills. She spins the batons in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's a kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are. The help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you, either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. Op. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Verbaya looks away, waiting for a response. Prove it. Happily. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see S and ARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked with some corporate logo like a sigil of some cult. Rabaya steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an S&ARP employee, why did they help you? Rabaya reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its viscous, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabaya closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. I have good work to do, you and I. Or we have good work to do. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body, to reveal the tiredness beneath. Interesting. Ooh, we got another upgrade point. So the question becomes, do we start working on another stat, or do we try and max out our others? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Okay, so we got that. Oh, there's Rabaya's office. I think that's how that's pronounced. Okay. So more fun times. Let's go ahead and check and see what Fang's up to. It's been more than a few cycles since Fang confronted Hardin, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Fang, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Haven Age building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you're getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Haven Age security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Approach? As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Fang's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again. Hardin is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Fang's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Where is he? Feigning ignorance, perhaps just abandoned. Hardin shakes his head. I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you. Hardin pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware. Spying on fellow Haven Age members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data? It speaks for itself, does it not? It tells you nothing. We'll see what the council has to say about that. He looks up at the glass roof above and the stars beyond. We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. They're kind of like, what's it from Final Fantasy, the Shinra Electric Power Company. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest. Fang isn't selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he's trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Haven Age has wielded his values into the very walls of this place. We'll never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Haven Age aren't a gang like Yatagan. We aren't pirates like half the spacers you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those hypno-radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere, before I decide I need that confession after all. History will catch up with you. I'm not afraid of history, Sleeper. We're making it here, cycle by cycle. He smiles. If you have any pride, you'll give up Fang the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Hardin turns his back and walks back toward the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear-out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks. A crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum, a penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card, and scrawled onto it, a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." We take it. You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one's watching, and then turn away, just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Fang? And where the hell is Tambor? Man, this episode was all about absent friends, wasn't it? Alright guys, well, I think after that kind of tense meeting, that's a good place to go ahead and end the episode. When we come back, we'll go ahead and use our dice, see if we can get anything else unlocked, and hopefully in time find out what happened to Sabine and Fang. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.